Hi guys, welcome back to Lennox Benny channel. All the best to everyone in exam. Let's go, let's go. This is the science. See my number there for those who want to contact me, 549-2161. Hit the like button guys so we can begin. Come on, let's go, let's go. Hit the like button so we can begin. So science, curriculum based science. Let's go, let's go. Alright, so what name is given to an area where living and non-living things are found? Landscape, location, environment, or marine? And that would be C, environment. All the best, guys. How are you feeling about the exam? Number 2 says, which activity is likely to have a positive effect on the environment? A, urbanization, mulching, slash and burn, or overfishing? And that would be B, mulching. Let's go, guys. Hit the like button if you're just joining. Read the statement in the box below, then use it to answer item 3. We have to preserve the plants and animals in our area of the forest so that they will be available for future generations. What activity is described by the statement? Is it A, conservation, B, recreation, C, maintenance, or D, transformation? And that would be conservation, so that's A. Hit the like button if you're just joining. You're not a subscriber, subscribe now guys so you can get more videos. Which soil is a conservation method? A, plowing land in a vertical rows down hillside. B, limiting the number of animals grazing on a section of land. C, planting the same crops on the same plot of land each planting season. Or D, using more pesticides than is needed by crops. And that would be limiting the number of animal grazing in the section of the land. So that's B. Number 5 says, which activity would likely result in soil degradation? Is it bauxite mining, reforestation, crop rotation, or organic farming? And that's bauxite mining. Hit the like button, guys, if you're just joining. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber as well, alright? Read the information below, then use it to answer item 6. For many years, members of the Queen's Landing community have been dumping their garbage in the nearby mangroves, which is a likely effect. This activity is having on the environment. A, the fish and turtles are getting trapped in the garbage and dying. B, the garbage is blocking the sea from entering section of the river. C, the garbage is releasing carbon dioxide into the air. Chemicals from the garbage are removing nutrients from the soil, and that A, the fish and turtles are getting trapped. So let's move on to number 7. Hit the like button if you're just joining, guys. The poster below was seen on the wall of a community center. Examine it and then use it to answer 7. Which best tell the message being conveyed by the poster? A, conserve paper. B, stay healthy. C, reduce water use. D, reduce climate change. And that would be D, reduce climate change. The graph below shows a relationship between a predator and its prey. Use it to answer item 8. So the graph showing the changes. During 2016, it was a spike in predator reproduction and their population size grew to 80. What would likely happen to the population of prey? The prey population would A, begin to increase, B, to fluctuate, C, to continue to decrease, or D, not a change. And that would be C, it will continue to decrease. Remember the predator eat them, right? Number 9, which statement best explains how plants help to prevent soil erosion? Plants A, stop water from passing through the soil. B, allow water evaporate quickly from the soil. D, stop the rain from falling on the soil. Or D, hold the soil firmly in position. And that would be D, hold the soil firmly in position. Let's move on to number 10. Hit the like button if you have not done so. The sign below was seen on the front door of a supermarket. Use it to answer item 10. What is the main, and it's a notice, single-use plastic bag ban now in effect here. What is the main reason for the ban on single-use plastic bag? To help reduce A, the number of trees cut down, B, carbon dioxide emission, C, a specific type of solid waste, or D, the number of illegal dumping sites. And that would be C, a specific type of solid waste. Let's move on to number 11. Hit the like button if you have not done so. The diagram below shows how each can change over a period of 25 years. So examine the diagram carefully, then use it to answer item 11. Which environment problem could most likely lead to change seen on the beach? A, global temperature increases. B, heavy rainfall. C, dynamite fishing. Or D, the rising sea level. And that's the global temperature increase. Let's move on to number 12. Hit the like button if you're not a subscriber, you're missing out on a lot. A student created the chart below to show some causes and effects of soil degradation. The chart, however, was misplaced information and needs to be corrected. Examine the chart and use it to answer item 12. Which change should be made to make the chart correct? So we're gonna switch 1 and 2, switch 4 and 1, or switch 3 with 4. You guys put that in the comment section, or switch 2 with 4. So 1 says overgrazing, 2 says reduce plant growth, 3 says slash and burning, 4 says using too much chemical fertilizers, and well, landslides here. So the answer is to switch 2 and 4. So that's D. Which is a negative effect of climate change? A, increased frequency of drought. B, decreases in the amount of sunlight reaching the earth. C, increased air pollution. D, decreases in global temperature. And that would be A, increase in frequency of drought. Let's move on to number 14. Hit the like button if you're not. Oh, we are, guys. The diagram showing a section on the data collected on each. Alright, so the diagram shows a river. At each section of the river, the transparency of water, the number of shrimp, and the number of underwater plants were recorded. Use the information to answer item 14. So the diagram showing the river section and data collected. Right? Let's go. So examine the picture, guys, and then move on. And this is the shrimp and the water plant. Based on the information given, which statement is correct? Changes in water transparency are affecting the number of shrimp in the river. Or B, changes in water transparency are affecting the number of water plants in the river. Or C, the river sections are affecting the number of shrimp. Or D, the number of shrimp are affecting the number of water plants in the river. And that would be B, water transparency are affecting the number of water plants in the river. Let's move on to number 15. Hit the like button if you have not done so. Let's go. The graph below shows the effect different activities have on the amount of fossil fuel and saved globally. Examine the graph and use it to answer item 15. Graph showing the effect different activities on the amount of fossil fuel saved. Which statement is supported by the data in the graph? A, riding bicycle is less effective than using lead in reducing fossil fuel. B, driving hybrid cars is most effective in reducing fossil fuel. C, drying clothes in the sun is most effective in reducing fossil fuel. Or D, using lead bulbs is less effective than drying the clothes in the sun, reducing fossil fuel use. Alright, so let's examine the chart. Here we have the use of LED bulbs, and this is the amount of fossil fuel saved. So be careful with that, guys. And here we have the hybrid, which is highest. So I'm going to go with the driving hybrid car is most effective in reducing fossil fuel, because remember, you save more, and that will be 80 millions you save in there. All right, let's move on to number 16. Read the information below, then use it to answer item 16. The Jones family realized they were producing large amount of plastics and food waste. This is bad for the environment, and they want to reduce these types of waste. Which is the most suitable way that the family can reduce the amount of waste they produce? A. Request the government ban straws and plastic bottles. C. Create a dump site for the plastic material and food waste. C. Reuse the plastic containers and use the food waste as fertilizers. Or D. Burn the plastic materials and use the food as waste as fertilizers. And that would be to reuse the plastic container and use food waste as fertilizers. A student wrote the equation below to explain the process, and she observed. Use the equation to answer item 17. Solid plus heat is equal to liquid. Which process is represented by the equation? Is it A, melting, B, freezing, C, evaporation, or D, condensation? Now it's solid and you heat it and it turns liquid, that should be melting. Just think about the ice, apply heat. All right, let's move on to number 18. What can be said about a material that cannot change back to its original form? A, reversible change. B, color change. C, change in state. Or D, irreversible. And that's irreversible change. So it can't change back. That means it's irreversible. Hit the like button if you have not done so. If you are not a subscriber, go ahead and do that now. Where would noise pollution most likely occur? A, a study room. B, a bank lobby. C, a constructive site. Or D, a doctor's office. And that would be a construction site. All right, let's move on to number 20. Which recommendation would you give the user of a toy? The user should A, avoid using the toy in water, based on the sign, guys. B, plug the toy to charge it before use. C, use the toy in bright light. Or D, remove the batteries from the toy use. And for 20, that would be A, avoid using the toy in water. So this side means no water, alright? If you guys have gone through all of that. Number 21, read the information in the table below and use it to answer item 20. Sue split some liquid on a glass table. The table was in front of a large window through which this midday sun shone. When she returned a few hours later, she realized that the liquid had disappeared. No one had cleaned up the spill. Which statement is supported by the information? The split liquid A changed into gas, B was absorbed by a bookweave, C flowed off the table, or D was absorbed by the table. And for 21, that would be A, change into gas. The sun did that, guys. All right, let's move on to 22. Read the statement below and then use it to answer item 22. A student wants to use a glove to protect his hand as he cleans up some liquid dye that had spilled in the science lab. Which property should the material used to make the glove have? The material should be A, absorbent, B, lightweight, C, smooth, or D, waterproof, and that is absorbent. Alright, so let's move on to 23. Hit the like button if you have not done so, guys. Which sound could best describe as unpleasant? A, the sound of flowing water. B, the sound of pencil hitting the ground. C, the sound of a lawnmower. Or D, the sound of leaves rustling in the wind. I'm gonna go with C, the sound of the lawnmower. That's very annoying, guys. That's very annoying. Which is an example of a luminous object? Is it A, a bicycle reflector, B, a glow-in-the-dark toy, C, a shiny ring, or D, glitter glue? Type that in the comment section, guys. And that's a glow-in-the-dark toy. Welcome. If you're just joining, go for other videos. Read the statement below, then use it to answer item 25. The sound I just heard was very similar to that of a squeaky door. Which best describes the sound that was heard? A, low volume, B, high volume, C, low pitch, or D, high pitch. And that is high pitch. That's D. Let's go, guys. Let's go hit that like button. All right. The diagram below shows the setup of an experiment. Use it to answer item 26. What property of light is being demonstrated in this diagram? And here we have the flashlight and the mirror and it's reflecting. So 26 is reflection, not refraction, not absorption, not radiation, but reflection. Let's move on to 27. Which of the following does not explain why loud sounds are harmful? A, loud sounds can scare animals away from their environment. B, long-term exposure to loud sounds are causing ringing in the ears. C, constantly listening to loud sounds can lead to hearing loss. Or D, loud sounds can be heard from far away. And for 27, that would be D. Let's move on to 28. Read the observation, then use it to answer item 28. When I look at the image of my nose in the reflective surface, it appeared much larger. Which was a likely characteristic of the reflective surface? A, the surface was bumpy. B, the surface was flat. C, the surface was curved. Or D, the surface was black. And for 28, that would be the surface was curved. Let's move on to 29. Hit that like button, guys. Come on. The diagram below shows a duck paddling the surface water. Use it to answer item 29. Which is responsible for the visual effect seen in the picture? A, absorption of light. B, refraction of light. C, reflection of light. Or D, scattering of light. Every year something like this comes on the exam, so look out for it, guys. They might just change it, but it's refraction of light. Look out for it. They can put a pencil in the water. They can put something. Just look out for it, alright? Paul wanted to build a barrier to stop his brother snorting from keeping him awake. The diagram below shows Paul's room and where he wants the barrier. Examine the diagram, then use it to answer item 30. What should Paul use to build his barrier? A, use a single sheet of zinc. B, stretch a bed sheet across the room. Or C, use a single sheet of foam padding. Or D, use a plastic shower curtain. And for number 30, the answer is use a single sheet of foam padding. So let's move on, guys. Just 10 to go. Let's 10 to go. Hit that like button. Let's go, let's go, let's go. An equal force was used to pluck string that are the same length but different thickness. The table below shows the finding. Use it to answer item 32 and 33. Alright, so we have the string, the thickness, the pitch, etc. Which is like the aim of the investigation, to find out if A, if the thickness of the string affects the loudness of the sound it makes. B, force with a single pluck affects the pitch and how it sounds. Or D, force with the pitch of a string that is plucked affects the loudness and the sound it makes. Or D, thickness of the string affects and the pitch and the sound. Now if you look closely, you can see that each have a different thickness and then based on the pitch that it makes. So for 32, I'm going to go with D. It's all about the thickness. Thickness of a string affects the pitch. So basically, how thick it is, what's the pitch. Number 33 says, which statement is supported by the information in the result table? A, as the string gets thicker, the pitch of the sound makes decreases. So if I go back up to the table, plucking the string with strong forces increases the pitch of the sound. As the pitch gets thicker, as the string gets thicker, the pitch of the sound makes increases. Or D, plucking the string with a weak force increases the pitch of the sound. So guys, for 33, we have to go back up to see what was the result. Alright, so first we add a very thin and it make a I sound. A thin, it make I. Medium, it make a medium sound. A thick and it low. So as the thick gets thicker, the sound decreases, right? So it was thin, it make a loud sound. The thick one make a very low, so that would be A. So guys, just look at the table, whatever they give you, and make sense of it. You guys are smart. You guys are awesome. All right, the aim of the fear test is written by the box below. The box also shows the incorrect step a student followed when carrying out their fear test. Use this information to answer item 34. Aim. The aim is to find out the loudness of the sound and marble makes affected by the thickness of the mat it falls onto. And the incorrect step, different size marbles. Drop each marble onto a thick mat. Alright, which is suitable correction for the student's incorrect step? Use the same marble. A. Drop it on the same mat 3 times. No, sir. Drop it on the mats of different shapes. Drop it on the 3 maps made from the same material. Drop it on the mats of different thickness. What would you say for that, guys? You're in exam. What would you say for 34? I would say D. Drop it on the mats of different thickness. That way you can compare. Alright, similar to what they did with the pitch. Let's go. 35 and 36 is more than one correct answer. Indicate your response for each item, shading the letters next to the answers you choose. An example is given below. And the example says, which two of the following are characteristics of all living things? They grow, run, reproduce, talk, or walk. And the answer is grow and reproduce. So you choose A and C. So it's 2 options now. Let's go. 2 options now, guys. 36 says, which 2 statements are true about light as it travels from its source? A, travels in a circular path. No. Travels in a straight line. Can bend around corners. Can pass through any material. Or E, travels in all directions from its sources. One that stands out to me is that you must include E. Travels in a circular path? Yeah, definitely. So I'm going to go with A and C for 36. I didn't say 35 though. Alright. Instructions for items 37 and 38. Indicate your response to each item by shading the appropriate letter in each row of the table. Only one letter is to be shaded in each row. Alright. And they give us an example with the hearing and balance side smell. You choose whatever, right? Alright. So let's go to the choosing one. Arbor. Oh, this is 35. As I was saying, I did this 35 at all. Arbor manager wants to reduce the amount of plastic waste pollution. The arbor, the table shows different methods of reducing plastic waste. Examine the table and use it for item 35. That makes sense now, because I was saying I didn't see 35. Alright, so method, make polluters pay a fine, moderately effective, owner dumps plastic, that's the con, right? Collect the burn plastic, moderately effective. Melted plastic, it reduces toxic smoke, that's the con. Increase the number of recycling bins, highly effective, expensive to buy. The con is that it's expensive. D, move plastic waste to a dump, high effective, creates breeding sites for disease-carrying organisms, that's not good. Organize weekly arbor cleanup, highly effective. Cleanup crew may work at a slow pace. I don't mind the slow pace working, guys. So I'm gonna go with E as one. It's very effective. So you have to go to the effective ones first, right? Expensive to buy. I'm gonna go. So E one. 1 year. So the last one. Let me see which other one can go with it. Find polluters. Which two method would be more suitable for the harbor manager? Find the polluters, burn the plastic, increase the number of recycling bin. I think that could work, the number of recycling bin. Move plastic down side, no sir. Weekly harbor cleanups. So I'm gonna go with C and E. For 35, C and E. Alright. So for 37, welcome to 37 guys. We're almost there. If you like money, if you're just joining, subscribe if you have not done so, so you can get the next video coming up after this. Alright. Read the information and observe the tree stump below. Use them to answer item 37. By observing the ring pattern on the top of the tree stump, scientists can tell whether the weather was like during each year of the tree's life and tell the age of the tree. And this says the first dark ring in the center of the stump, distance of the two rings and the tree bark, and the last ring is December 2020. Counting outwards from the center, each dark ring equal 1 year added to the tree's life. The distance between the two rings is wider in the warm, wet years and narrow in when it's cold and dry. For each statement in the table, shade the appropriate letter to row to indicate whether the pattern of the tree stump support or do not support the statement. So statement 1, the environment in which the tree was found experienced alternately rainy and dry weather. Alright, let me see what they had said for that. What's the key? Let me go back to the key, guys, where the dry. It's a counting outwards from the center, each dark ring. So the dark ring equal to 1 year added to the tree's life. The distance between the two rings is wider in the warm. So when it warm, the ring is wide. When it's two rings in the wider in the warm, wet ears and narrow in ears when it's cold. So it's cold. Alright, so I would say this experience, both of them, because you have some more really close and you have some really wide. So A for that one. So rainy and dry. The tree has been around for more than 8 years. So the number of rings will show the number of years. So let's see, it's more than 8 rings there. So I'm gonna go with A. Alright, the picture in the stump was taken at the end of 2020. It means that 2016 and 2019 were years of 2016 and 2019 were a lot of rain. Alright, so it's a 2020. No, it is dry. So I'm gonna go with B. The rings are closer, so I'm gonna go with. Alright guys, you're almost at the end. Hit that like button. Let's move on to 38. Let's go with that like button. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and do that now. One or more of the graph below can be used to support the following statement. Read the statement and examine the graph, then use it to answer item 38. Climate change has caused an increase in the length of drought. And they show the graph showing the change in global temperature over here. So you have 19 temperature increases, right? For chart 2, the graph showing the average length of droughts over time. So a drought, as the length of the drought goes up, and 1960, 1980. So it a rise, and for 3 now, it says, in the table below, the shade appropriate letter in each of the groups that support or do not support the statement. Alright, so graph 3 only. So let's focus. Alright, it said in the table below, shade the appropriate letter in each row to indicate the graph that support or do not support the statement. Graph 3 is show the average rainfall, and I would say that it does not support it. I would say B, because it's the rainfall is actually increasing. All right, graph 1 and 2, definitely A. That's supported, right? You can see temperature going up and the length of drought increases. And graph 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 and 3, let's check it. So the temperature will go up with that one. It has to be B because of graph 3. Alright, so that's B. Alright, let's move on, guys. Hit that like button. We're at 39 and 40. And they show you how it is like filling the blank, right? So look at that and read it and let's go. The diagram below shows how drawing appears when a sheet of glass is held in front of it. Observe the diagram and use it to answer item 39. And this is the drawing and the glass with the sheet of glass in front of it. Use the diagram and word choices A to I below to correctly complete the statement in which. So the word choices are transparent, transparent, opaque, B, allow some light to travel through, B, E, observe light as it travels, F, refract the light and travels through, G, appear more blurry, H, appear less blurry, or I, be easily seen. So let's go. So basically they want you to choose a letter that matches with whatever sentence there is. The glass held in front of the drawing was transparent, so that would be B. A glass with these characteristics will, so it's either D, E, or F, allows of light to travel through, observe light as it travels through, refract the light as it travels through. And that would be D, absorb the light as it travels through. So that's what's happening. That's why it's like that. In adding another sheet of glass, it will with similar characteristics in front of the drawing will cause the image to appear more blurry. Yeah, definitely. So if you put another one, it will get even blurrier. Alright, the last one, which is 40. The diagram below shows two cabbage fields, A and field A and field B. The observation of the farmer are also included. Carefully examine the diagram. Use it to answer item 40. Use the diagram and word choices A to I to correctly complete the statement. So word, they are fertilizer, soil, ants, B, protected, nourish, F, bit, G, soil, caterpillar, cabbage. Let's go. A field produce more cabbage than field B. Field A produce more cabbage than field B because A is it fertilizers, soil, or ants? Can be ants. So I would say fertilizer. Could be the soil too, type of soil. Let me see some. Caterpillar, like marks. Soil, caterpillar, so it's not the soil. Alright, so now I'm going with fertilizer. And so field A produces more cabbage than field B because of the fertilizer. On field A, that's what nourish, protected, or fit. And that would be E, Z, soil, caterpillar, or cabbage. And that would be the soil, which is G. So guys, we have come to the end. Look out for another video. Make sure so you subscribe. Make sure so you like the video so you can share it with a friend, to share with a friend. Usability is there to the very end. See you guys in another video. See something here for those who want to be a part of my awesome class. If you're in grade 4 and 5 and you want to be a part of my class, if you're intern high school and you want to be in my grade 7 class, you guys are welcome. Alright, so next time I'm out, I'll see you guys in another video.